Hey everyone, it's Al Williamson with Leading Landlord with Angela Abbott, who is a Airbnb for Landlord student who just made some big progress, pretty exciting stuff in her first rental arbitrage under her belt, and getting ready to do move your first tenant in, right? Or you're still marketing right now?
I'm still furnishing. I
Okay.
hope to market in this coming week.
All right, all right. So let's hear your backstory. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and all those types of and where you live.
Yeah, so I live in Phoenix, Arizona. It's currently about 115 degrees outside, and so pardon me if I'm sweating a little bit right now. But I've been working at the same place for about 4 years now, and it's a place I enjoy working at. I got my master's in psychology at San Diego, and I moved back 4 years ago to start working at Barrow Neurological Institute. And so I've always been interested in real estate, and I purchased one other course before yours. And I was excited about it, but I didn't have the right resources to really do that the right way. When I saw your course come along, it was something that seemed very doable, and it seemed like the fun side of something fun to do.
It
Um,
is.
some days it's like still feels a little bit more like a hobby than a business right now.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to continually remind myself that it's about the early retirement, like you mentioned, and not about, you know, necessarily the hobby aspect of it.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been out of school?
I got my master's in 2013, so it's been 5 years.
In 5 years. And you have a very impressive title. What's the name of that fancy title of yours at work?
Oh, nobody knows what it is. So I don't use it a lot. Clinical psychometrist.
Clinical psychometrist.
Psychometrist. So I am to a neuropsychologist what an optometrist is to an ophthalmologist. I
Oh,
think you get
maybe.
that. I measure stuff. That's all it is.
Very cool. Very cool. So at the time, so you got all your student loans paid off. You're all
Yeah.
good. You're working on that. So you're feeling
Yeah.
that. You're feeling
Yeah.
that. And it sounds like that big title sounds like you have just a good job.
Mm, yeah, it is.
But what was going on? Why did you want to do real estate? Just what's going on? You put all that time into school. Why would you? And you got that great job and got a great title.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do real estate?
Before I was really intrigued by real estate, I pretty much was obsessed with the idea of financial freedom and early retirement
Yeah,
and reassessing what it means to just be free from work and to
yeah.
still contribute in a meaningful way, but really separating career from earning money. And so I enjoy what I do at work, but I mean,
You
this is
rather,
the way to go to really earn the lifestyle that I want. So it comes down to lifestyle for me.
yeah. I hear you. So you were on the internet poking around, and I think you saw Brian and Denise's
Mm-hmm.
website, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened?
I looked up a couple more of your podcasts, and I liked what you had to say, and I liked your approach to it. You seem like you do things the right way. Um, and
That's great. So you did that, and then I think we talked shortly after that, right?
yeah, I think a week after we talked for an hour.
Well, I always love to hear this. What were you expecting? So you put down that chunk of money. What were you expecting?
I was expecting to get a lot of technical detail and a pretty scripted overview of this, that, and the other with you.
Uh-huh. And then instead,
Instead,
what you get?
I got the best pep talk that I've had in years, and it lit a fire. And it lit a fire like signing the lease lit a fire, and there's no like turning back now.
Right.
And it's been, yeah, but you definitely got that fire.
Well, I'm jumping ahead. So walk me through what you've done so far. You did some market research, right?
Yeah, I did some market research for Phoenix.
And tell us what you found.
So I found some seasonal trends.
Mm.
Summer is essentially about 6 months out of the year, and winter is there are about 3 really bleak summer months and about 3 really good winter months. And so I did market research on the extended stays in the area and then the Airbnbs in the area. And Airbnbs are kind of like you introduce in the course. There's a big difference between the vacation Airbnbs and the more ones that would be more fitting for a business.
Right.
We have a lot of grandmother suites out here, little casitas, and those are everywhere. And so trying to compete with them probably wouldn't be a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be as profitable, but I found some people who were doing it the right way. The airdna.co website was amazing.
Yeah.
And just trying to really emulate that. And I put the numbers down and I tried to be a little bit conservative with how much things would cost and all
Right.
that kind of thing.
So you're fully mentally prepared for the seasonal thing that's going to happen. It's not going to freak you out and make you quit, right?
No. I'm
Good.
looking at the overall average, but
Yeah.
even so, this is the best time to start because June and July are over and we're getting through August. So
take advantage of the weakness in the market, right? For the landlord.
Yeah.
They're willing to deal right now because of summer, right?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, so you did the market research and then you went out and you made your first calls. Was that pretty scary, calling up landlords?
Yeah, I felt like an imposter, really.
and then, but how'd you get over that part of it?
Everybody I talked to initially, I could tell they wanted to help, but sometimes they couldn't because with apartments, some of them just weren't set up at the corporate level to allow for that.
Right.
And just testing the waters as much as I could.
Yeah.
I set a goal of making 1 call a day.
Oh, good.
Which was probably a kind of a weak goal, but it helped me to make calls.
Yeah, at least it got you moving. And then you got a yes on your 5th try? Someone said yes on their 5th, or was it the 6th?
This was the 3rd one that I really pursued.
Okay, wow, that's great.
Yeah,
that's amazing. It really is.
It was perfect opportunity. It's a great place. I'm really glad actually the 2nd one didn't work out because it would have been a smaller place, a higher price, and a worse location. Not as good a location. So.
Well, great. So tell us about the place and where you are right now with furnishing it.
Yeah. So I signed the lease. I guess it was 3 weeks ago now, and so I've pretty much been working. I've been working on it every day since then. So all the big purchases are made, and now I'm just getting down to fixing the smaller things, adding some decor so it looks nice, figuring out like the cable box, that digital antenna that you recommended, just little things on my Amazon shopping list that I'm going to go buy and then kind of install and get started up so that it works.
But when are you gonna? Have I seen your list? Have I gone over your listing yet? Have you put it up?
I don't have a listing yet because I don't have decent photos to put on there yet.
Oh, we're not gonna have to talk about that. You know what I'm gonna say. You gotta put them up anyway.
Okay.
You gotta just swap them. It only takes a second to swap them out.
Okay.
But now with all the power invested in me, I am making you into a marketing agency. You are a marketing agency. That's your primary job, is to be a marketing agency for your terminal.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to spend, at this point now, I want you to spend 80% of your time marketing and then 20% of your time. After you've done some marketing during the day, then go do your cable box.
Okay.
That add up because, we still got Bloom right to finance. We got stuff. We we got another rent payment coming up, right? Yeah, we gotta get someone there.
Yeah, and that was yeah, yeah.
Why don't you going? Okay, so you're up and going, and now what happens? What happens if you didn't take this opportunity? You think? What would you have done if you didn't try to start doing rental arbitrage and you just kind of kept going
Yeah.
as a optim? I can't even pronounce the name of your job.
Nobody can. Psychometrist.
Psychometrist.
Yeah.
What would happen if you had done that?
I'd be pretty complacent and pretty frustrated at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in 5 years, what do you think you would be?
Yeah. I don't want to think about I wouldn't want to think about being at the same place in 5 years. It's a good place. It's a great place to work, but there's no room for promotion there. And so I would be doing the exact same thing in 5 years.
Now, if you start marketing this place and you get this trend down, what you're working on with your rental arbitrage business, and you get over the bumps and the humps, and you, just like every business, right?
Mm-hmm.
You iron out and get your groove. Where would you be in 5 years? On the low end, even on the low end.
I haven't thought about that, but I'm really excited to think about it.
Yeah, because you get better each time.
Yeah.
And there's really no stopping you, right? Because you're not using all your. Pretty soon, what's going to happen after this one is people are going to want to invest in you. And then you can see that, right? Because you'll have something of moneymaker, and then you're going to start asking me how do I arbitrage their money to arbitrage our rental? You get it?
For sure.
That's really
I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
Yeah, so that's where you're going.
Mm-hmm.
We just got to get you marketing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said 80% on marketing, and what was the other 20%?
Well, you gotta do the decor.
Okay.
Because just take pictures up, and then when you look at your pictures online, you're gonna say, "Oh, it looks a little stark. I want to do such and such." But I don't care if you take the pillows off of how many is it, 1 bed, 1 bath, or 2 bed, 2 bath?
1 bed, 1 bath.
I don't care if you use pillows from your home and decorate. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Just get something going and just get some bookings.
Yeah.
That's what we want to do. And then we're going to check back in with you.
Yeah, I have a video to post of my first walkthrough. I just haven't put it up yet.
Oh my! So you can't use video on Airbnb, but other places you can.
Yeah, I'm at the Facebook group.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we need you on there. How much do you check the Facebook group?
I check it just for a couple minutes most days, but I don't have a lot.
Unless
I'm sitting down to work. What's that?
Has it been of help to you?
Yeah, so much. Yeah, it's on my to-do list just to sit down and sift through all these tips that I wouldn't have thought of and that are time savers or money savers, and that's a big asset.
Yeah, so we call them, if you do a search on Ninja Tips, I'm trying to hashtag that so that you can just go through them real quick.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But yeah, I learned a lot too. It's pretty good. And I'm inviting some people to join who have their own specialty in law and short-term rentals. I'm trying to get them in our group so that they can they drop a lot of really good tips about how to do tax strategies and things like that.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I used it was sifting through somebody else's comment about how do you add this addendum to the lease. Somebody on the group posted, and I copy and pasted and use that exact thing as the addendum, and my landlord said that was fine. So
yeah, there you go. It was really robust. It was really good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got to copy that myself. Well, my partner he's a lawyer, so I don't do any of that type of. All right. So we're gonna land right here and pick it up after you get your first couple of guests, and then we'll check back in with you.
Okay,
But
great.
but thank you so much. I'm excited to finally meet you face to face.
Yeah. Does this count as face to face?
Well,
Well,
as close as we can get until we go on our balloon ride, right?
that's right. Haven't forgotten. So
All
good.
right. All right. I'm going to check with you next time. Thank you so much.
Great. Thanks, Al.